Hi guys, welcome back to my Instagram. This is an emergency tutorial. I haven't put on my bronzer, but I've done my makeup. I will insert the clip now. Right back. Okay, welcome back. So today we're going to review the Revolution bronzers, and one thing about me, when I saw the bronzers online, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool for a bronzer. However, they did promise that it is warm, and I've seen quite a few reviews from Uche, one of my favorite YouTubers, and I was like, okay, let me give it a try. If it's Uche approved, then I will look into it. First of all, I kind of want to talk about the point of a bronzer. Bronzers are there to warm up the skin. They're not there to contour. They're not there to add definition. They're just there to make you look sun-kissed, as if you've been in the sun. And the history of bronzers is that they've never been arranged for deeper skin until Fenty, I think, started to release their. Okay, so until Fenty started to release theirs, everybody went mad and realized actually that black women and darker people of color actually do like to warm up the skin and don't like to look ashy. So the only thing that I've got on is my Fenty espresso stick in the contour stick in espresso. And for me, when I was doing this tutorial, I went with everything that I use, my favorite holy grail bases. I feel like it would be really unfair if I was to try on new makeup all at once and wouldn't give the bronzer a fair trial. When testing out new products, always go for your holy grails, then use a new product. So if the new product doesn't work for you, you know it's that, rather than thinking, is it the concealer, is it the contour stick, what is it that doesn't work? So yeah, I'm going to show you very quickly what bronzers I'm using at the moment so we can compare and contrast. Okay, so my favorite bronzer right now is actually the Morphe Supreme. This bronzer is beautiful. As you can see, it's really dark and it's still pretty warm. That's one thing about bronzers, is that they have to have that warm element to them, which is why I love this, and it works with my espresso stick perfectly. So if I was to swatch, it is really hard to swatch a bronzer, but that's kind of what it looks like pressed on my skin. And that's what it looks like on my cheek, which is, for me, is the perfect warmth. I also have the Mocha Mami by Fenty Beauty. As you can see, I've hit pan, but I actually don't reach for this as much as I used to since I bought my Morphe one. And that is the Mocha Mami. As you can see, the contrast between the Morphe and the Fenty one, it's pretty warm, and the Fenty one is a little bit cool. The Morphe one is a little bit cooler. And then I also have the Patricia Bright Face Kit from Revolution as well. And let's see how that looks. That is definitely more of a contour shade, a good medium between these two, I would say. Now, when I went on the Revolution site, I was like, okay, I need 2 shades. And I said to myself, I'm gonna get the deep and I'm gonna get the dark deep. And this is a lot cooler, so I'm a little bit apprehensive to try this one. But let's swatch and see. Let's get a clean finger. So this is deep. That's the deep color here. So it's still pretty warm. And then I'm going to try deep dark, and that is deep dark. As you can see, that is a lot cooler than, that's the coolest out of the range that I try. I'm a little bit scared of this one, but I think for very black dark skin tones, this might work. But I don't know if I would call it a bronzer because it is missing that redness, but let's try it. I'm going to try this one. I feel like I'm not going to sabotage myself and try the deep dark because it's not going to work. I like the fact they have said deep and dark deep, because there is actually a difference. This definitely looks warmer. Okay, it is warmer. Okay, so I'm going to use my bronzer brush. This is actually, I didn't put this in my brush video because I feel like it's too hard to explain why I like this brush, but it's the Superfan Paz 97 from Coastal Scents, and it is my personal favorite because it's really, really fluffy, and it's just going to get into my cheekbones, which is what I want to do, because in quarantine we've been a little bit of weight, so we want to sharpen this situation. So I'm on the Revolution website, and I'm going to read a review of how they describe this product. They say, how far will you go? Dark, deep, and deep dark. With added coconut and a pineapple fragrance, it smells like summer. It actually smells like pineapples. It truly smells like pineapples. So I don't know if you're allergic to fragrance. Maybe it might not work, but try it out. Okay. cute. Oh, actually, let me just do that again. So again, I like the mirror. As you see, it's a lot cooler than what I'm used to. And I'm not being heavy-handed because I don't want to look grey, but I feel like it's definitely chiseling me. And you can see, I feel like I'm already punched in. And I'm going to wipe away my bake, and I'm going to show you how it looks without the bake, and I'll be right back. So I finished my makeup. Yes, so I've got my lipstick on, which will all be in the description box below, and I've got everything on my skin. Final verdict, I actually think it's really good for £8. Like this, considering the size, you get 15.5 grams, and for Americans it's 0.554 ounces, which is a good amount for a £8 bronzer, considering that the Fenty bronzer has 22 ounces and 6 grams, and it sold for £22 the last time I checked. If it's not right, it is, I'm sorry, but I think the quality of it is pretty good for what you pay for. However, the only thing is that I wish it was a little bit more red. I feel a little bit cool here, I feel a little bit grey, but I feel like because of my espresso stick underneath and my blusher that I put on top, it's kind of saving it a little. But if you're trying to get into bronzers, this is actually a pretty good start. The shade range is good. I feel like it's got 6 shades, is good for a bronzer. I feel like I don't want us to, I'm glad Revolution didn't do that whole like 20 shades of a bronzer, which you don't need. A bronzer should be able to cross a wide shade range. So yes, I feel like you should buy it. For those who are into deep dark category, I would say put a red blusher on top of it to minimize the grayness, because I have a feeling that this is going to look pretty dark. If I was to, let's say, put it on here, yeah, can you see that? No ma'am. So if you're deep dark, be careful, because I actually lost some footage, which is very annoying, but I think I covered everything that was needed. So yeah, thank you for watching my first impressions on the Revolution Pro bronzers. Definitely buy it. It is a steal, and I think it's got a good shade range and everything I've said in this video. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.